Good morning, everyone. Today is Tuesday, April 28th, 2026. It's now 10 a.m. We're here for the regular session of the Hunt County Commissioners Court. At this time, I'll call the meeting to order and ask Commissioner Smith to lead us in prayer, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance to our flags. Please stand.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for the day, the blessings of life, and all the opportunities you've given us. As we join today, we ask you to cast grace, discernment, knowledge, and wisdom on us, and we make the right choices and decisions. We ask you to continue to protect our troops abroad as they protect the rights and freedoms of all people. We just ask you to be with us, and thank you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Thank you, everyone. This morning we have Commissioner Money, Monroe, Smith, and Harrison present. I'm Judge Stovall presiding over the meeting today. Commissioners, you have the minutes from April 14th, 2026, regular session. Entertain a motion for approval.
Make a motion to approve minutes.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. At this time, we'll have public testimony. Speakers are limited to 3 minutes and should conduct themselves in a civil manner. Commissioners Court cannot take action on items not listed on the agenda in accordance with the Opens Meeting Act. Concerns will be addressed by county staff. They may be placed on a future agenda or addressed by some other course of response. Marcia Kirkendall.
Good morning. My name is Marcia Kirkendall. I live at 3209 Bonham Street here in Greenville. I've been a resident of Greenville almost 14 years, and I'm here about the data centers. I appreciate all the work that Mr. Smith has done in order to keep. I don't even know if we want to not have them. I really don't want to have them, but I appreciate all the work you've done. The Bible talks about we are to be stewards of the earth. And Billy Graham, and if my phone will work, Billy Graham on April 22nd, 2025, spoke on Earth Day. And he said, God certainly does care about the way we treat the earth. He created it, and he has entrusted its care to us. After God created Adam, the first human, the Bible says he took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden to work it and take care of it. If we don't take care of the environment, who will? You and I are called to be good stewards of the world God created. And it is our responsibility to take care of what God created. And Core Scientific, they don't know what Greenville is about. They don't really care. All they care about is money and having their way. And so I really want us, and I reiterate that it's important, and you all have listened to the citizens of Greenville, and I hope that you will continue to do so. Thank you so much for allowing me to speak.
Thank you. Shirley Turner.
Good morning. My name is Shirley Turner. I live at 3702 Pepperport Drive here in Greenville. I just have a couple of questions. One, my understanding is the data center, all of this has been in the works for at least 2 years or longer. Why are we just now finding out about it? The other thing is, I've heard you, Mr. Bobbitt, say that you have no control over what happens here. Then why do we have a commissioner's court if you have no control? Those are my two questions, and maybe I'm out in left field, but I think we deserve answers.
Well, you can ask the governor and our state representative and our senator why we don't have any control, because we are a part of the state, and the state law
is made in Austin, and they don't give us the authority to do
Okay,
anything.
I will do that.
Yeah, so reach
I
out
will-
to yours, because we need more authority. Wish we had some. But we have very little control over subdivisions. We have no controlling over zoning,
That-
except around the lake. We don't have the authority a city has.
Then what, I guess my question is, then what do you have authority over?
Oh, I mean, of course, we have, what you pay for with the county is, I mean, we're a $100 million service company. The only things we do are what we're required to do by law. We have law enforcement, we have voters, we have a tax office that collects bills and registers your car, we have a county clerk that files your vital records, we have district courts and county courts that adjudicate what people get arrested by. We have,
Okay,
Di-
then why did, I understand that, and I will be, trust me, I will be contacting them. I have been in touch before with their attorneys up there on other issues.
Right.
But then, why are we just now finding out about the data centers? That's,
we're all in the same boat. I think we all got it about the same time. We had a.
nobody within the city knew this
Well,
was
the
going.
county, we're the county, so I don't know what
The
the
city, the
city,
county,
I don't know if the
anybody.
city said any meetings or not. First knowledge I had of it was back in the fall of last year, late fall, when an individual came in, said they were just thinking about it, he didn't give us any details. First we'd ever heard of it, and we didn't hear about that again until recently, and he was selling his land to Core, is the way it turned out, but we didn't know that at the time. We just knew that he had bought some land and was working on it, but we've only been hearing about it about the same time the public has. Haven't been out having meetings or anything with anybody until just the last, 3 months, 4 months, something?
Early March.
Yeah, really.
And I know we need improvement. I mean, that's the way to go. But I feel bad for the centers that are backing up to the property of some of the people that were here earlier.
Yeah, we do
It's
too.
going to destroy their future.
Yeah,
And that's sad.
we're looking at it, we understand it, but, it's, unfortunately, I've said this several times, we're right in the bullseye of all the development and growth in the state of Texas. As of a year ago, I think Kaufman County is the fastest growing county in the state. Rockwall's 3, and we're 5. So growth is coming. And at some point, we wish we had some control to stop some of the residential growth. But, the things that, we have to think about and the community needs to think about. Do we want these kind of developments, or do we want 7,000 houses? Because 7,000 houses has a whole lot bigger impact than what one data center does, both with water and electricity, roads, all of it. I mean, I did some math on it. If the one that's coming I took half of it. They're saying they're going to spend $4 billion. If we got taxes off of $2 billion, that's equivalent of 7,100 average price homes in Hunt County. And the impact of 7,100 homes, they use over 100 times more water than one data center will use. And they use more electricity. Then you got to build schools. You're going to have road damage. You got to build additional roads. You got to have more law enforcement. You got to have more courts. You got to have more of everything. So it's not just we don't want this because you might get that. But so which one do we want?
Yeah. And the other thing is the solar.
Yep, same thing. I mean, they come.
I drive down 69 and I see all the solar, and it breaks my heart because that comes from China.
Yep.
And I am not pro-China.
Nope, none of us are, I don't think.
So, I'm sorry. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Charles Metter. Mr. Charles,
How are we doing this morning?
I hadn't seen you in a while.
No, sir, but I have had some contact with Gary, and as the young lady just pointed out, I want to thank all of y'all for what y'all are doing, especially when you started up our protest or trying to slow things down. And what I'm here this morning for is exactly what just came up in the previous conversation. Okay, within your county, basically you're handcuffed. Each and every one of you have only got certain rules that you're able to follow to make it work. This state was founded as a rural community, and we're getting forced down our throat to become almost a city, at a minimum, a suburban county. What I want out of y'all is the opportunity for us to have a different meeting where we sit down, and I don't care if it's a 5% chance, we come up with a game plan to slowly start to get the power back to the city, the county, and to the people that live in the communities. Because if we start going in with all these AI data centers, I understand where you're coming from with that, where you're going to get more tax with it. But the problem is there ain't going to be nobody here because of the pollution and everything else that goes on, and we're no longer rural. There's no pollinators, there's no anything else. And all these communities come in from their families. So what I would like to suggest is we have a side meeting somewhere and we sit down and start looking at avenues. I'm willing to champion for the best that I can on my side of it. Now, I'm not smart, but God, I'm motivated. And we got a lot of people that are. And I've talked with you on many occasions on different ideas. The thing is we need to take that seed and just start. Because you can't get across the room unless you don't take that first step. And if you don't at least go try all of those avenues, because doesn't it suck to wake up in the morning and have somebody else telling you what to do and you got no control, and then you all have to walk in here and listen to this as these people are losing their families, their foundations and everything else? It sucks because we're all friends. And we believe in you, and we're trying to help you, but what I would like to suggest is let's try to go down that road. Now, I represent the Friends of Hunt County for Clean Water. We've got about 120, 150 people, and each one of us are willing to step in and do what we can to try to make the county better. We're not trying to cut you off the knees, and we understand. We just need to know how to become smart enough to help you. There's a way to play every game. Basketball's got its rules, soccer's got its rules, state legislation's got its rules. We just got to figure them out and take a step at a time. If it benefits our grandkids, then I'm willing to start. I may not see the end of it, but I know everybody in this room would like it better for their grandkids. So that's what I came in to do. And again, I want to say thank you for what you have been doing, because I got to do some homework and you're cuffed. It's hard to do something and you can't go anywhere. But we can try to support you, so that's where I'm at. So thank you.
Well, one thing that's encouraging to me, at least, I've heard a few of our state officials say they got to start giving power to the counties that the cities have. They've never said that before, but now the heat's in Austin too, and so now they'll probably give it to us so we can take the heat and they don't have to. So, yeah. But it's one way to do it, and of course the Chamber of Commerce is around, and Hunt County goes as one chamber event to the legislature every year and spends a couple of days. Goes down with platforms that we want to talk to all the legislatures about. I chaired that 30 years ago and go to it every year, but we don't get a lot out of it. We need more people. The chamber needs more people active in it that will go down there with us and go knock on every door and tell every representative's office, every senator's office, and every state official, we need these things and change it.
And that's where we need to know how to help you help us.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm saying we have a different meeting just to start guiding us. And there's nothing wrong. It's so much better when you walk in to have a conversation with somebody face to face versus an email or a text, because then they got to pay attention to you.
Yeah.
And I know in this room, there's so many people that'd be willing to do that to try to help take care of their future for their grandkids. So we just need to know how and then see where we go with it. It may not be easy, but we can try to get there. So
Thank you. Anyone else?
And also, just in case you don't know, the petition is up here on the table next to Brittany if anybody would like to sign it and hadn't had a chance to.
All right. I'll close the public testimony. Commissioners, old business, action item A, number 1, a replat of lot 76A of Country Wood in Precinct 2. Brian, you want to brief us?
Last meeting, this was tabled because it had we've been going back and forth on this plat for several weeks now. And in order for them to get the frontage that they needed, they ended up increasing the lot size to where it required more frontage. So we tabled it last time to give them time to fix it. Now they've fixed it. So it meets all county requirements.
Okay. Any other questions before we, it's a replay, we had to have a public hearing? Yeah. Any comments before we go to the public? This time,
Brian, just clarifying that it went down to 2 acres and it meets all the road frontage, correct? 100
Yes, they've got 150 feet of road frontage, and last time it was 2.12 acres, so they reduced they reduced it down to 2 acres. So now it's 150 feet with 2 acres, so it's good to go.
I thought that's what you told me. I was just clarifying.
Yes.
All right, this time I'll open it up for public testimony. Anybody who wishes to speak for or against this item, please come forward and state your name and address. Anybody online? Okay. Being none, I'll close the public testimony. Entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Under new business, action item A, consent calendar. Entertain a motion for approval of the consent calendar.
Make a motion to approve the consent.
Judge, I did have one question on this. So, last court, I had got a note about our expenditures, buying automobiles and the prices we were paying. And so I was working a lot of petitions at that time when I got that late night messenger. But I wanted to just ask on this one. So we're buying, on item number 7, we're buying four Tahoes. I know we normally use Enterprise and all that. I was just wondering if maybe we could just kind of give me some details on item number 7. I don't want to table it if it's not necessary.
Good morning. These Tahoes, these are coming out of Senate Bill 22 money, which is, starts off the comptrollers, and it's not taxpayer money. And we're just trying to.
Not local taxpayer dollars.
Not local taxpayer dollars. We're just trying to take some of the burden off of that with this money. There's things we can spend it for. So that's one is we have went out. The Tahoes is the only thing we had available, and we was able to get them. We do research on vehicles. We do go out on bids, and we do, work through Enterprise. But this is just strictly trying to pull some of the burden off of the county with this money.
Okay. Buddy, you got any comments, or are you just trying to be the pretty face up here for us?
It was our intent to go through the procedures that established by the county, went through the purchasing agent. She reached out and was able to locate the vehicles I'd asked for, and it came from Caldwell's. And it was from a buy board that we used that give us the authority to buy them.
Okay, so for the public, the buy board, through our purchasing, the state sends out bid proposals for all kinds of things, work, vehicles, copiers, anything that we do. They send it out and they get bids at the state. And there's a buy board and there's several other that do the same thing. Anything that's on the buy board is, and that's involved in it, which this unit is involved in it.
Yes,
We can purchase it at that price, and we're in compliance with state law.
correct.
We also used our purchasing to try to find a better deal, and we can't. And the other thing I'll say is these are police vehicles. They're made differently than a Chevrolet Tahoe you'll buy off of the Chevrolet lot here in town. They got higher suspension. They got higher grade of tires, if I remember correctly.
Correct.
More plies for high-speed chases. So they're a little different animal than going and looking for a Tahoe online or going to a car lot and trying to buy one. These are made specifically for law enforcement, and we went a few years we couldn't even buy them. They quit making them for a while because of COVID, and they were so far behind. So we've been behind on cars for quite a while.
Yes,
Hey, buddy, Caldwell is where y'all generally buy a lot of your vehicles from, correct? So you have a relationship and you know the quality's good and personal contact with them, correct?
correct.
Okay.
And
Are
you
these
did go
ready
through the
for
purchasing
delivery?
agent to find them and to verify the best price. Right, the purchasing agent worked through the process like normal.
Yes,
Bless you.
Thank you.
David had a question.
Buddy, are these ready for delivery, or they have to build these?
no, these are actually 4 of them. I was able to get 4 of them because an agency canceled 21. So they had 21 of these Tahoes just released by another agency.
Well, it says outfitted, so is there additional outfitting necessary?
There will be additional outfitting
Okay.
setting. They have a bumper guard and a spotlight is all they have right now.
And the suspension and all that other?
Yes, it's a PVV is what they,
Right.
a police vehicle.
Okay, thank you. So the public understands SB 22. SB 22 was passed 2 sessions ago, I believe. Dan Patrick was going across the country or across the state trying to get reelected as lieutenant governor, and he was hearing from all of the rural counties, if y'all don't do something to help us with the money, you're going to lose rural Texas, and Texas will go Democratic. And he heard it over and over again. Well, he wrote this bill, SB 22, to assist rural counties in their law enforcement. Now, part of it was they gave money to the different counties to raise salaries. Well, a lot of the small counties, under 50,000 population, a lot of them have 10,000 population. They were paying nothing for sheriffs and deputies and all. So they put money in to raise them up to a certain level of pay so that they could keep people. All of those were below numbers of what we were already paying because we're in competition against the Metroplex. They still pay more than what we pay, but we would train them and they go to the Metroplex. So we had to raise money to keep our employees here, but we weren't qualified for that. But then other part of SB 22 was they gave every rural county $500,000 a year for as long as the bill stays in effect to buy equipment with. And it's really just relied on what the sheriff needs and what he has to have, and he can use that state funds to purchase the equipment he needs so the local taxpayers don't have to pay for that. So I just want to make clarity and I hope I educated a little bit. So any other question, Gary? Anybody else?
Yes, sir.
So we had a motion and a
Second.
second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Under B, action items, approval of accounts payable.
Motion to approve payables.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Approval of line item transfers.
Motion to approve line item transfers.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Approval of budget amendments.
Motion to approve budget amendment.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Approval of payroll and personnel.
Motion to approve payroll and personnel.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 1, a proclamation for our Texas A&M AgriLife Extension volunteers in honor of National Volunteer Appreciation Month. Mary?
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to see everybody. Before I start, I always want to thank the judge and commissioners for your continuous support of our office and giving us platforms like this to celebrate our volunteers and our Hunt County community members. So, as you said, April is National Volunteer Appreciation Month. I know we were here last month declaring another audience. Wonderful. So this month is all about our volunteers, and honestly, I don't think it could come at a better time because we have a lot of them out there at the Hunt County Fairgrounds right now. And so we'll move through this report and we'll get to all of them. But this is our 2026 Volunteer Community Impact Report. So let's move forward. We're going to start with our Hunt County 4-H program, which is our big youth development department of our office. And right now that consists of 39 adult volunteers. We've got 4 beautiful clubs, one in Lone Oak, one in Wolf City, one in Greenville, and one in Caddo Mills. 6 project groups, again, led by volunteers. If it was up to Ian and I, we would not have this kind of impact. So our projects and our clubs are all run by unpaid adult volunteers. We currently have 8 youth county ambassadors, 6 4-H program area committee members that come meet with us quarterly. And so volunteer hours totaled for our 4-H program for this fiscal year was 1,184, which equates to an economic impact of $41,191.36, which is pretty incredible. So let's move on. So in my department with Family and Community Health, we have one of our big volunteer groups is our TIA Association, but I also comb the county for adult volunteers to help me when it comes to my FCH educational programs that I do. So my TIA ladies meet once a month. They had one educational program for the community, one big community fundraiser, which is our annual bingo fundraiser, and one youth scholarship that equated to $2,750. That's TIA specific, but we've got Miss Ann Thornton up there and Lonnie Beal. Again, I comb the county for any able, intelligent, wonderful volunteer that wants to come jump in on my programs. And so I wanted to include them as well on here. They came and presented at my Summer Homestead series. So we don't want to forget about those volunteers. So for FCH, our economic impact for this fiscal year is $17,094.22, which is wonderful. And I'm going to let Ian talk a little bit about the Master Gardener so he gets good practice.
As y'all said earlier, we'll let Mary be the pretty face of our office. But like I said, much like Mary's TIA, I have my Master Gardeners Association, which is a volunteer group that helps with educational programs regarding different types of gardening situations or home horticulture. So as you can see, we've got a total of 19 Master Gardeners, which we are planning on doing another class to increase that number this summer as soon as I get the dates from the state. We've had 9 monthly association meetings, 4 executive board meetings, 18 garden work days, which is where our Master Gardeners will come and maintain the heritage garden that's right next to our office. And like I said, as far as community engagement, they've done the educational booth at the Greenville Farmers Market. They are there every Saturday that it's open. And then we've had 4 educational public programs with a total hours volunteered of 855 hours. And then, which comes to a financial amount of $30,899.70. So as you can see, a lot of our volunteers, they do a lot more than just kind of print off, help us print off paper stuff. They really do help us create an impact within our community.
Okay. So upcoming volunteer recruitment in the fall, like Ian said, we're going to have finally, we get to do a new cohort training with the Master Gardener volunteers. That should be coming out by the end of July. And then in the fall, we always try to host a Hunt County 4-H adult volunteer event. Again, trying to comb the county for anybody willing and adult screened volunteers to work with our kiddos. But we rely on our volunteers for our community impact to be as large as it is. And so we want to present the court with this beautiful check. We're going to add up all those total numbers. This is my big Ed McMahon moment. And so from the Hunt County AgriLife Extension Office, our economic impact via our volunteers equates to $89,185.28. So woohoo!
Good deal.
Do we have I don't know if there's word proclamation or not.
There is.
Oh, okay, I'll be quiet. The end.
Unless you want to read it. Oh.
No, we'll let you do the official business.
I just had one other thing.
Sure.
I wanted to go ahead and invite all of you, if you haven't had a chance to come out and support our 4-H kiddos out at the Hunt County Fair. They've been doing a fantastic job out there. This year we've got 55 exhibitors showing. Now, some of those kids do exhibit in multiple different species. We've had 8 heifer kids show. We still have 10 steer exhibitors. We had 10 goat exhibitors last night, with a good portion of them making the sale. 11 lamb exhibitors, 9 broiler exhibitors, 14 fryers, which are the rabbits, this morning. We've got 8 swine exhibitors this afternoon, and then we have we had 4 exhibitors compete in the Hunt County Build-Off, and I believe we also had 1 contestant in the Hunt County Princess contest as well.
Queen.
Oh, Queen, I
We
apologize.
got a few queens. In fact, the queen is a Hunt County 4-H Caddo Mills kiddo, and her little sister is the princess. So we had a 4-H family. That's it. I was like, they came in and swept house. So we've got great representation.
So yes, if y'all get a chance, we'd love to invite y'all to come out and help support the kids on that.
What about the Arts and Crafts building? Is it-
Oh, don't even get me
Oh,
started.
I shouldn't have said a word.
Okay, well, over in the Creative Arts Building, we've been having a great time. I had my 3rd annual Artistic Blooms Floral Design Contest, and that has grown from 10 to 30. We do have an adult and youth division, so that kicked off Saturday. It was wonderful. Greenville Floral and Gifts is our very generous sponsor. Every year donates every stem for everybody to participate. We have our horticulture contest happening on Wednesday, so if you have anything in your greenhouse, bring it. Come see me. We had our first ever costume contest that was pretty fabulous. We've got cooking contests that are going on almost every day. I think tonight we're doing corn. It's a corny cooking contest. So we got corn whole in building 2. And then if you've got a fancy corn recipe that you want to come get judged, bring it to us by 5 p.m. today. So thanks for asking about that.
You bet. All right. All right, so I'll read the proclamation. Volunteer proclamation. Whereas volunteering of one's time and resources is a fundamental part of our county's tradition and is essential to its spirit. And whereas it is increasingly evident that our nation's greatest resource is its people. And whereas volunteers have shown that they truly care and share generously of themselves. And whereas volunteerism plays a critical role in expanding influence and access for all Texans through civic engagement, and whereas volunteers in Hunt County contribute to our shared vision of societal well-being, bridge service gaps, and address the needs of our community. Whereas volunteers in Hunt County AgriLife Extension Service programs have been an instrumental resource in reaching a broader audience, ensuring program relevance, and communicating the value of education and service to the residents of Hunt County. Whereas volunteerism directly reflects the democratic principles upon which this nation was founded, in that everyone, regardless of circumstances, position, or other factors, can volunteer. And whereas we are seeking even more contributions of human resources in volunteerism in better application of these valuable contributions. Therefore, we wish to honor and to thank the dedicated volunteers of Hunt County AgriLife Extension of Hunt County who give so freely of their valuable time, energy, and abilities by proclaiming this week of April 20th through 26, 2026 to be officially designated as National Volunteer Week in Hunt County. In doing so, I call all citizens of Hunt County to help renew and sustain the spirit and vitality of this great nation by committing a portion of their time to address the needs of their communities through volunteer action.
That's beautiful.
Well, I take credit for writing it.
That was
I
wonderful.
think you wrote that, probably maybe.
Well, a little bit of Jessica too. Would you mind if we got
Got
a
the picture?
photo?
Oh,
Yes,
sure,
please.
absolutely.
We have some of our volunteers here that came just for the occasion. Don't be shy.
All right, entertain a motion for approval, action item 1.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Action item number 2, proclamation for Motorcycle Safety and Awareness Month for the month of 2026. Kimberly, you here? You got any words you want to say, or we'd love to hear them. Go.
My name is Kimberly. I am a resident of Caddo Mills, Texas, and have been for quite a while. I am a member of the Gypsy MC Motorcycle Club. We are international. We're throughout Texas. We were founded here. And it is important for people to know that motorcyclists are out there, and please, pay attention. It's more important because we do have a lot of construction happening within the county. A lot of riders come through just riding out of state or out of the area, and there's just a lot of riders that we need to be able to pay more attention to. I am a part of kind of rallying together to share this, and I thank you for your time in doing this for us. It hasn't been done in Hunt County since 2018, I believe is what we found. So, we just need people to, we're not here to judge anybody. We just want people to pay attention and allow us to share the road.
Thank you. All right, you mean I'll read the proclamation, or would you like to read it?
I can read it if you like.
Well, if you want to.
Okay. Motorcycle Proclamation, Motorcycle Safety Awareness for the month of May of 2026. Whereas today's society is finding more citizens involved in motorcycle riding on the roads of our country, and whereas motorcyclists are roughly unprotected and therefore more prone to injury or death in a crash other than a vehicle, and whereas campaigns have helped inform riders and motorists alike on a motorcycle safety issues to reduce motorcycle related risk, injuries, and most of all fatalities throughout a comprehensive approach to motorcycle safety, and whereas it is responsible for all who put themselves behind a wheel to become aware of motorcyclists regarding them with the same respect as any other motorcycle or any other vehicle traveling in the highways of this country. And it is responsibility of riders and motorists alike to obey all traffic laws and safety rules. And whereas urging all citizens of our community to become aware of the inherent dangers involved in operating a motorcyclist, and for all riders and motorists alike to give each other the mutual respect they deserve. You want me to do the next part?
I'll do that. Now, therefore, the Commissioners Court of Hunt County, Texas, do hereby proclaim the month of May as Motorcycle Safety and Awareness Month in this county. Further, I urge all residents to do their part to increase safety and awareness in our community. Thank y'all very much. You bet. Y'all want a picture, or?
Yes, please.
Okay. First, entertain a motion for approval.
So move.
Got a motion, second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. I don't want to forget.
Thank you.
Well, I forgot the last one.
Thank you.
I'm getting old, but I'm learning. Okay, action item number 3, the Treasury's monthly report for February 2026.
Good morning. In your package, you're going to have the Treasurer's monthly report for month end February 28, 2026. At this time, we were still heavy in our tax money, so we have a month-end balance of $80,403,450.42. Of that $80 million that we had a total of $72 million invested, earning a yield between 3.6 and 3.8% at that time. All of the bank reconciliations have been balanced and approved by the county auditor, and everything is in order at the end of February.
Any questions? Entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion, second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Brittany. Action item number 4, the adoption of budget calendar for fiscal year 26-27 process. Commissioners, you got the proposed budget calendar. We tried to move it up just a little bit, hoping that we'll get our appraisals a little quicker this year. You may have gotten this week, we got notice from the chief appraiser that the values stayed pretty much the same as what they were last year. That didn't mean individual properties, but the total was about the same, and he said that it would, during protest, it usually go down 3 or 4%, and if it does, it'll be almost exactly what same tax base we had last year. But the dates are pretty close to what we did last year, but some of them moved up just a hair. Any questions? Entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion, second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item 5, the county judge's office filing a claim with the Texas Comptroller of Public Accounts for unclaimed capital credits pursuant to the local government code 381-004 and Texas Property Code 74.602. Entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion, second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 6, discuss and consider approval of the award of RFB number 274-26, fiscal year 26 Real Coat Program to Texan Land and Asphalt Inc. as the lowest responsive and responsible bidder at the unit price of $2.95 per square yard for a 1-year contract effective April 28th, 2026 through April 27th, 2027, with no guaranteed quantities, and authorize the county judge to execute all necessary documents in accordance with the Texas Local Government Code 262.027E. Commissioners, any questions? Entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion, second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 7, discuss and consider approval to take no action on RFQ number 273-26, request for qualification for construction project management services from the I-30 Administration Facility, Hunt County, Texas, to reject all submissions received and to authorize that project management services for this project be performed in-house by Hunt County as determined to be in the best interest of the county. Any questions? Entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion, second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 8, discuss and possibly take action as it pertains to the tax abatements associated with the data centers, solar farms, and battery storage facilities. Gary?
Thank you, Judge. So, first of all, thank everybody for the activity on the petition, trying to get out in the public and going door to door and driving to the county offices. Thank you for all the effort you've been putting in on that. Also associated with all the data center activity, Mr. Metter, kind of along some of your comments, you probably recall during the last meeting, we actually adopted a fire code, which Commissioner Money is now working with Officer Jones, trying to go and vet that out for Hunt County. Those things all are part of building an environment to where that we can create control of ours within those areas that we have control. One of the other areas that we actually have control is in the area of tax abatement. A lot of businesses come to the county looking for some kind of forgiveness, especially if they have investment up front. And we do that because it stimulates the economy, it helps, it makes things go faster, and it's often a good thing to provide tax abatements. The community's spoken very loudly on not just data centers, but solar farms, battery farms, Bitcoin mining, all of those kinds of things. We recently experienced with the Belltown Power down in Quinlan, where there was zoning and tax abatement, and of course the zoning they decided was not worth the fight for them. And then, of course, there were no tax abatements being offered there. So what I wanted to actually put on the table to the court today was to have a quick conversation, discussion around, does it serve the court's interest to just go take those items, the data centers and the solar farms, things like that, and just publicly vote and say, we, for a period of time, whether, and Mr. Ray probably advised maybe a little bit on that, timelines of that, but we're not going to do tax abatements for these kind of industries for now or for a window of time that clearly sends that message is this is not the desire of this community. Recognizing that that doesn't mean they won't come, because if you, as you may be aware, Core Scientific requested no tax abatement, and they're coming as well. But there will be others that come that do ask, and so just curious if the court had any thoughts about that.
I'd like to elaborate a little bit. One of your questions was, how can the public help us combat these types of deals? Water is one of the key sources. Get involved with your water districts. Go to their meetings. Find out who they are. Talk to them. Don't be disrespectful, but go to them and say, hey, we don't want this. What can we do? We understand that they pay you a lot of money. We get that. We understand you need money, but we need to protect our resources. They have a very small key, but it's twice the size, 10 times the size of our key to stop at them.
Where do I find that stuff? Because we automatically, as a community, assume that's part of your responsibility to let them know those things. That's why I said I would love to have a meeting on the side where you can guide us.
To the mic,
Charles,
please.
we need to come up to the mic.
I'm sorry.
That's okay, sir.
Usually my mouth's big enough to get across. That's what I was talking about. We assumed that the court would be handling that in here with you guys. We didn't know that we could make that difference. That's why I'm saying, if we have a meeting to the side and you can guide us, or we can send a representative to each one of those and represent us as a whole so they understand it's just not one person.
I would be glad to sit down with you and whoever.
Well, when we get a chance, let's schedule a date where we can get it out to everybody, and we can kind of do what we did before, and we have it be here, be somewhere, and we sit down and start looking at how to make our future better. All I'm asking for is a chance.
The water districts are not under any guidelines or any control of the court. They don't report to us. They don't tell us anything.
Okay.
The only way we found out about this one, if I'm not mistaken, was they came and started discussing culverts and road improvements. Is that correct?
So there's been, well, it depends on which one you're talking about.
Core Scientific.
Core Scientific actually made a press release, because they're a publicly traded company, that all of us saw and went, what the heck? They're doing something in Hunt County. And then everything spun, and we start trying to look back and what were the footprints, and then trying to look forward. But there would have been a conversation with the public utilities, whether water, power, about their plans that we're not part of at this moment in life.
Yes, sir. And again, it feels like we're playing soccer and everybody else is playing basketball or baseball, and there's different rules. We just need to know what we're playing and give us a chance.
Right. And we're learning as much as you are. So I will be glad to sit down with you, and then we'll make a meeting, and I'll outline as much of it as I possibly can. But Gary also hit on the fire code. The fire code is a very, very, very important piece of this puzzle, because without the fire code, we can't do anything.
Yeah.
We can build on that fire code and put in regulations that will, you can't do it through the court, but we can do it through the fire marshal's office to bring it to light faster. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So we're building a great big puzzle, and we don't have all the pieces. We're trying to put all the pieces together, and they take time, but we are actively working on it. Each individual one of us are working on a different piece, just so the public knows.
And that's why I came up with what I did, because as Gary knows, we're kind of active. We get you probably more emails than you want to get sometimes, but we're trying just to figure.
I say send more, but don't.
Okay, but we're just trying to find that way, because this affects families for generations. And, to have our city officials sit up here and look at us and tell us, I have no control.
It's
And the young-
heartbreaking.
Yes, it is. And then the young lady that was up here was talking about, well, then why are you here? Well, then how do I get it back or help y'all get that back, us as a community? We need to take back to where our vote counts. I spent 30 damn years in the military to give everybody the right to vote. I don't care if you agree with me or disagree, but you get to vote. But we need to make sure it counts.
We
And it
agree.
stands up for each other. And right now, y'all don't have a say, and it's frustrating for us to watch. And then
It's
the poor
frustrating sitting
families that
here.
are out there, and it's still, to me, to this day, I can't figure it out, how you can build something that's going to affect somebody across the street. Your facility, because of the pollution,
Mhm.
both noise, sound, air, ground, all of that, they don't care, or there's an abatement for it, and it doesn't take into consideration that farmland, those people's cattle, all of that. We need to find, as you're talking about with the fire rules, we need to go down those other rules too. That's why I'm saying, if we can get a meeting, and if there's just a 5% chance, hell, I've been in situations that was pretty good.
Right.
So let's go, and I appreciate you saying that offer, and I'm gonna take you up on it.
That's fine.
All right, I'll chase you down.
It'd be nice.
I'm going to go ahead and finish. The water districts are so important because without a certificate to provide water, there's a 90% chance that they will leave. It is your key as citizens to help us combat this because we have zero control over them.
I understand that, and the mayor of Greenville has always taken pride in having the ability to have enough water. We're one of the few areas that have a lot of water. When we were fighting that water treatment plant, they were
Sewer
trying
treatment plant.
Yeah, several of them.
Yeah.
And they were going to come in and take our water because we have water. Because we've minded the store, we're trying to. We need to continue to do so. We just didn't know how to fight. That's the game.
And
so-
that's what we're trying to do. That's what
Okay.
we're trying to find.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Mr. Better, if you're watching as the steps are going forward, a petition to get started to see where the community is and tell our state what we need, right? Fire code to start grabbing some of those codes that exist that we're not creating, we're just enforcing what the state already has. And then now we come back into the conversation here about tax abatements. Something that says this is not something we want to provide to this industry. Trying to create those deterrents. To your point, what's the next step? What's the next step? That's what the court is trying to do, is methodically go through that. Utilities are next step. And so we're trying to go through that path and build a picture. Take the pieces and make a picture. And thank you for that.
Gary, I agree on the tax abatement stuff. My question to Daniel would be, do we need to set a term on this, 2 years, 5 years, 1 year? Does it matter on this?
Yes, it does matter.
Okay.
So what you're talking about comes in under, there's two kind of pots of tax abatements. Some of them come from the state. This county has no control over those and never will. The other part comes from the local governments. And in order for local governments to even consider giving tax abatements, there's a specific section of the tax code that controls that. It's Chapter 312. And under Chapter 312, counties and cities are required to adopt a set of rules called guidelines and criteria every 2 years. Right now, we're 2 years and 2 months out from the last time the county adopted those. And that's important because in order to change those or repeal them, it requires a 3/4 vote of the Commissioners Court. Since we're past the time where our last one was effective, we last adopted it February 13th of 2024. And basically what the commissioners did at that meeting was to adopt substantially the same set of guidelines and criteria that were adopted in 2021. So we're due for those. We need to adopt them anyway because there's a lot of upcoming projects that I think the county does want, like the HEB just outside of Royce City. Those are going to have to be readopted before any abatements can be given. In those abatements, the general purpose is to show or is to have some written guidelines that say what projects can apply for those and what the maximum length of term and the maximum abatement percentage is going to be. Under state law, the maximum for both of those is, it's 10 years for a length of term and 100% potential abatement for any project during the 10 years. What the county has done over the past, I think, 4 or 5 times that it's adopted those is to keep the maximum 10 years, but have a maximum 50% abatement. That's not where it ends, though, and you can call out specific things. So I talked with Commissioner Smith about this the other day, and he was interested in basically coming to the meeting and potentially taking a vote to amend that specifically to exclude the projects that were listed, either data centers, battery storage centers, or solar farms. That doesn't have to be, in fact, that can't be done today because our current guidelines and criteria are out of date. And so at the next meeting or the one after that, we can bring back a new set of guidelines and criteria, and we can specifically exclude those items from potential consideration for abatements. If that happens and later on there's some great thing, some new technology that fits within those or could potentially fit within those, the Commissioners Court will still have the opportunity to amend it at that time as long as 3/4 of you vote to do so. There's very few times that a Commissioners Court is subject to a supermajority requirement, but that's one of them. And so if you adopt that, it'll be good in its current form for 2 years. It'll be controlling outside of a supermajority vote of the court. But to the extent that something comes along that the community, that would be good for the community and the commissioners want to do, that doesn't have some sort of safe harbor to that exclusion, the Commissioners Court can vote to amend those. It just has to do so with about a month of additional notice that's published in the newspaper. And that's in addition to the month of notice that's required for any sort of Chapter 312 abatement to begin with. The long and short of it is, yes, that can happen. Yes, you can exclude those from any sort of local abatements. Those have no impact on state abatements, though. And to talk to Mr. Medder's point about having that kind of meeting, what the county needs to be aware of is that over the past couple of sessions, the legislature has dramatically limited local government's authority to lobby. Anything that is taxpayer-funded lobbying has to be specifically called out in each annual budget on the very first page. Nothing else has to be that way except for the total overall numbers, and then one little thing down at the bottom for taxpayer-funded lobbying. To the extent that the commissioners want to have that kind of meeting that Mr. Medder's talking about, like basically organizing community efforts to lobby the legislature for additional power that for the local governments, that can't happen in a county building. It can't happen where the county's paying for the electricity or paying for anything else, really, not without affecting those rules. And it's criminal to do so.
State
no,
loves
that doesn't
us,
make
don't
any.
they?
Huh?
The state loves us.
Well, those laws were specifically intended to prevent that kind of meeting from happening, because effectively there is an intentional blind eye toward local efforts through local governments to effectuate any sort of change in the legislature. That doesn't mean it can't happen. It just means that it can't happen using public funds for the use of a building or electricity or anything else. The petition is a little bit to the side of that. It's in a safe harbor because it's not directly lobbying. But to the extent that there are those efforts. And so I know that we've used, I think one of the times that I've talked with some of the people in your group, we used the Cowboy Church to do that. Yeah. And so that can definitely happen. It just has to follow some different rules. And if it's a meeting where, more than two of you end up going or thinking about going, it's still going to be subject to the requirements of the Open Meeting Act that require a notice of potential quorum to get that done. And so any sort of planning is going to have to be with an eye toward no taxpayer-funded lobbying and following the Open Meetings Act. But that can definitely be coordinated.
That law started out saying we couldn't even go as elected officials to Austin during the legislature unless we were invited to Austin by a legislator.
Great.
Daniel, we got somebody's got a comment back
So you
here.
have no authority and we don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, and we don't want to talk to you. Yeah, I'll tell you, they hate us. I mean, they don't want local government.
Sadly, it's kind of Jeffersonian.
Yes.
That's okay. Thank you. I have a question for you.
State your name and address, please. I know who you are.
I'm
but-
sorry. I'm Karen Andre, and I've lived here all my life except for a few years away for education. And I'm grateful to all of you all. Thank you for this meeting, and I just want to thank you for your attitudes. So, I know your job and my job is to make Hunt County a quality, healthy, wonderful place to live for our great-great-great-grandchildren.
I agree.
All right. Thank you. Now, for the meeting, thank you for telling us that there's a little open door with the water.
It's small.
It's small, but it's something. So the three biggest problems that I understand are water consumption,
Yep.
electrical consumption,
Yep.
and e-waste. How do you deal with the e-waste? It's massive. Now, the waste that comes from it. At that meeting, is there a way so that we facilitate expedient communication to those three areas? How can we work to keep them away from Hunt County, all of them? Is there a way to get people that would be positive toward conservation and keeping the solar farms, the battery farms, and out? Can you get some people from those three areas to the meeting so we're more expedient and they hear and they really realize the county people want it? That's my question. That's all.
I can answer part of it now if you want me
Okay,
to.
thank
if you
you.
wanna
Thank you
wait
so
on it.
much.
As far as the water consumption, there's multiple different ways to cool a data center. There's a drench system and there's a closed loop system, and there's about 40 other ones, but those are the two main. The drench systems are the ones like you're talking about there. They use tremendous amounts of water and they waste it. They dump it and it goes right out the back door. Closed loop systems, they recirculate the water for multiple years. My I thought it was 5 to begin with, but now I'm understanding it's more like 20 to 25. And I've seen one in person. It's kind of impressive. It works just like an AC system in your house. How often do you change your Freon in your house? My house is 20 years old. I've never touched it.
But my question about that, if the water's recycled and it's used to cool it, okay, then that still takes energy because that water is
Can't do
cooling
anything
it.
about the power.
Okay, so I'm just thinking the three things, if you could get them at that meeting.
Power's number one, water's number two.
Right. The thing
exactly,
you
but
can
they're
do
all
about
three.
power is it's closer the closer it is to a substation, the less strain it is on the people. Because there's no infrastructure to maintain, there's no linemen to pay to maintain it, there's no equipment to buy to maintain it. So your cost factor comes down as your income comes up. This is what FEC was telling me. So,
So the real point is, we don't really want them here.
I agree.
We don't need a lot of AI. We just don't need it. We don't need it, and I don't want to line the pocketbooks of a few billionaires. We don't need it. It's unhealthy. We're going to get cancer. It's going to terribly affect our environment. We're not going to be able to do our job. Y'all are doing great. So at this meeting, what Chuck asked and what I asked is, Bobby, excuse me, Judge Stovall?
No, it's Bobby to you. We grew up together.
I deeply apologize, but
No
I
problem.
would love to get with the chamber and go down to Washington, and I'll develop some articulate good things to go. I'll be happy to help everybody. There's so many people besides me.
I'm going to make one more statement, and I think everybody on the court agree with me. we are trying to combat them completely. But if we can't combat them, we want to control them, and we want to control them in a way that they're using the least amount of all three of those. And we want them in certain areas. We don't really want them in unincorporated Hunt County. We don't want them next to somebody's house that's dead quiet, and now all of a sudden they're going to have a possible noise. I don't know if they will or not. I mean, nobody really knows, right? Everyone we've gone to has been in an industrial area. It's not it's the same system, but it's not the same noise level. Industrial areas are noisy, period. If you take that same deal and you put it in a quiet area, is it going to be noisy? I assume. I don't know. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we're taking away from it. Our goal is to combat them completely, but if we can't, our second goal is to control them to fit our county guidelines and what our county wants.
Well, if we can all just put our heads together and do as many things as we can to make it economically disadvantageous to them, we really don't want them here. So that's our really goal, to be serious about that. Thank you again.
You're welcome.
And also on your water, if you live in the city, you probably don't know this, but most of all of your rural water districts, like in my precinct, Hickory Creek, North Hunt, they've got a board of directors that's over that. So show up to those meetings, get involved in those meetings, and voice your concerns to the board members at the water districts as well.
Yeah, I'm in a
Cash.
water district too, and they're all
Cache
against
Grove.
it too, so
Yeah.
thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you again. But let's kind of put our armor on and put our
If they're saying they're against it, my question to them would be, why did you approve the water usage?
So with that, Mr. Ray, what is it that, the action is to go look at the tax abatement that's due to be redone anyway, add these words to it for the next conversation?
Yes, that's right. I've been sitting over there working on it, and I'll send it out to the commissioners by email, but it'll be similar to the one that was currently, or that was recently in place, but with a special section that says those 3 or 4 things are not able to get tax abatements. The effect of that's basically just going to be that if you ever want to give them tax abatements, this court's going to have to vote in 3/4 majority to do so, and that will last for 2 years.
Okay. Do we need a straw poll or anything before we task you to do that, or is it, I don't
No, I think it's clear you all want to do it.
So no action on this, but it's just later. That's right. Okay.
Oh, could I add one more thing?
Sure.
Daniel? Bitcoin mining. Can we add that also for no abatements?
Yes, you can. Bitcoin mines are really unlikely to ever come and ask for them, but with that can be added as an item, as a category. I'll come up with something a little bit different than Bitcoin mining, because that is the popular name given to that, but there's other things that have nothing to do with Bitcoin that are similarly set up.
All in the same category.
Yeah.
broader category?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
John, you got something to say?
John Kelso, 6005 Horn Drive, Greenville. I know this isn't a public hearing, but it sounds like it's kind of turned into one. So I'll keep it under.
We like to hear from the public, John.
Well, I'll keep it under 3 minutes, try to, and I don't have questions. I don't want to back and forth. But full disclosure, I live in a city within Hunt County, but I'm not in the county. It just, so from a city guy looking from the outside at what you're doing, I think you're going a little bit too far. Commissioner Money has graciously offered to talk to an organization. That's great. But for the five, in my opinion, for the 5 of you to have a meeting to address an organization specifically, I think is an overreach, or maybe not an overreach, but just it's too much. It's more than, it's a hammer needed to kill a gnat. You don't, all 5 of you need to have a meeting to go talk to one organization for a few little points that need to be made for that organization to have help. Just let Mr. Money go and talk to that organization. And I mean, it just seems pointless to try to have a full-up meeting with all 5 of you. That's just asking for trouble. So that's just my opinion.
All right.
Great input.
Thank you, John. All right. Moving on, action number 9, a contract for engineering surveying services, CBDG, grant number CDV 25-0151 between Hunt County and MTG engineers and surveyors. Entertain a motion for approval.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 10, the request to construct electrical power distribution facilities that will cross County Road 2200 in Precinct 2 under normal stipulations.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action number 11, the request to construct electrical power distribution facilities that will cross County Road 3207 in Precinct 3 under normal stipulations.
Motion to approve under normal stipulations.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All
And just-
opposed?
And just a side note on that one, that's 3207.
3207,
There was some
sorry.
comments that it was, no, you said correctly.
Oh, I did?
I got a lot of input yesterday about it. Is that the Wheeling area? That's 3507 that's associated with the data center. This is not that. This is, the reason it says normal stipulations, this is normal routine county business.
Come to the mic, state your name, address, please. And people say we're not transparent. We I recognize everybody. Try to.
It's Sue Manley, and I live on 3438 County Road 3110, Greenville, Texas. I would just like to have you to explain this number 9, because that's a solar farm business that MTG engineers. Are we engineering?
No, this is a grant that we got to improve a
Okay,
road.
it has nothing to do with a solar farm.
No, this is a grant that we've been working on for months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good question.
All right, so we're on 11. Was the road number right?
Yes, the road, you were correct. I was clarifying for inquiries I'd had that it was a different road.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. So we had a motion and a second.
Yes.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action number 12, the upgrade of approximately 335 feet of County Road 3510 from dirt to rock in Precinct 3. Money is in escrow.
Motion to approve?
Second.
I had a question real quick. Just clarifying that was that the homeowner's paying for that, it's not county expense?
Correct. That is the homeowner paying to move it to their driveway.
Thank you.
We had a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
A minute, second. Okay. And motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action number 13, the request for permission to bore and place fiber in the right-of-way on County Road 3826.
Motion to approve.
Well, hang on a second.
Oh.
PR, that's usually is a private road.
It is a private road, but it's maintained by the county.
They pay us?
It's listed as private on the inventory. I would have to go back and look and see if it was accepted. But it's
Daniel,
been on our inventory for
It's a
years.
private road. We don't have any authority to grant permission, do we?
Well, unless, we should double check this one, but private roads pay to upgrade and the county takes it in. It doesn't always change the name. The number might stay PR.
So has
I
it
think-
been upgraded?
I believe so, but maybe we should double check that just to make sure. But there are a number of these on the road inventory.
I know there are some PRs out there that was some old signage. It was private roads that got real confusing all across the county. I thought we'd cleaned up most of those.
I think I still have some.
Okay.
I've got 3.
If I'm not mistaken, in the past, I was told that we still approve the right-of-way in the private roads.
Only if
But
it's
I'm
a
not
plat. If it's not platted, we don't have any authority. Daniel? Question?
If it's a county-maintained road, then it still has to go through this process under the requirements of the water code. Water code basically says when utilities have the right to do things versus when they have to get approval from the county. If the county is maintaining it, even if it's a private road, they still have to come to this court, and it's a good thing to give that to permission to them under the normal stipulations, because those stipulations are there to protect the county and its taxpayers by requiring specific locations of these of the utilities. And so if you approve, I mean, you should definitely check into the status of that road to see, where it lands on the
Inventory?
On the inventory, or how it's on the inventory, and what its character is. But it could be there's three types of roads: private, public, and then in the middle, public-private. And public-private roads are ones that, for whatever reason, and there's a list of 7 or 8 of those, that they're maintained by the county because of some historical event in the past. And assuming that it's either a public and is still named PR because there was because people didn't want to change the name of the road, or if it's a public-private, it still needs to go through this process so that Frontier is then legally required to follow all those same rules.
So can we improve it conditionally that it meets those rules, and then we can investigate it and make sure?
Yes. Mm-hmm. You just need a motion to approve based on that condition.
The condition that we identify, but which one of those that you stated?
Either one. It can be
We have
approved.
Condition, we have the authority to grant that, I guess.
Yes, that's right.
Okay. So I need, now, where we at? Did you already make a motion? And
Yeah, but I can.
so you withdraw it?
Yeah, I'll withdraw that and amend it.
Okay, so you want to amend it then?
So move to conditionally approve the approval of PR 3826 for the right-of-way for fiber communications, pending validation of our authority to grant that per the road inventory and the history of that road being brought into the county.
Second.
All right, got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 14, the final plat and drainage area map of Ranch Creek Estates in Precinct 1. Brian? You leaving us? You had all the fun you can take, yeah.
All right. This one, they provided a drainage map because it's pretty large. Well, it covers quite a bit of area, and there was some drainage on it, a little creek running through it. So they wanted to make sure that everything was addressed and they weren't going to create any issues off-site. So other than that, it meets all the requirements.
Any questions?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 15, the final plat of Zamina lots in Precinct 1.
All right. Simple plat meets all the requirements.
Any questions? Entertain a motion for approval.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action number 16, a variance request for road frontage in Precinct 3.
Okay. This is kind of an odd deal here. Years ago, before anyone was paying attention, there was a lot that was created, and it was landlocked, accessed by an easement.
Let's say before anybody was enforcing our subdivision rules, not paying attention.
Before the county was enforcing the subdivision
There
rules.
you go. Thank you. Which was before all our times.
There was a lot that went on back then, and there were even different subdivision rules back then as well. Different state law and different all kinds of things that affected how lots were created historically. So this lot was created, and it was accessed expressly via easement. It had 0 road frontage. He lived there for several years, had the opportunity to purchase some adjoining property, some adjacent property to him, which he did. And then unknowingly sold a portion of that property to a neighbor's family member so that the neighbor's father could move out and be close to their children. When he sold the 2-acre lot to the neighbor, he sold the majority of the frontage that his adjacent lot had, left himself with just a little bit. So now we are dealing with a situation where he has retained 40 feet of road frontage, and he has a 50-foot wide access easement. So we've got it's just an odd situation. He now has frontage, where before he didn't. He just had easement. But there again, it is against the subdivision rules and regulations that we have now. So we've got an odd situation.
The easement is in essence, it's a flag lot, right? And so
In essence.
the easement is beside the leg of the flag?
The 40-foot strip, that's correct.
Commissioners, being as I was in the business 38 years doing similar things to this, there was a time when we didn't have much subdivision rules at all. There was a time where we had some more rules, but they didn't have a Brian that was even going over them and enforcing them. You couldn't get a meeting with them. You couldn't get anything done. So a lot of these things got done incorrectly. But it's the public had the right to divide their land, was always my opinion on it. And this is one of those unfortunate ones where it got done without any oversight. And I think we should grant the variance. They're trying to clean it up best they can.
That's right.
And it's going to make it some better. It'll make it better than what it was.
That's right.
And
I've been asked, I said, by a couple of commissioners, said, well, isn't this going to set a bad precedence? If you have a situation that's identical to this in the future come up, and you grant this variance, it's probably okay to grant the one in the future, I would think, if it's an identical situation.
If it's before 2015, that's
This was
basically
done-
when we
this was done a
finally
long
got
time
them to
ago.
start enforcing them, yeah.
When did this happen?
I don't have the exact dates when it was bought, but I know that the tract that is expressed with or accessed expressly with the easement, it was created 20 years ago or so. It was done a long time ago. Now, the owner did not purchase it back then. He purchased from the person who created the lot. So, there again, this is kind of one of those situations that makes my job very interesting, because we're trying to go back and
Ours
we're trying
too. Don't
we're
feel
trying to
lonely.
write history.
Don't feel lonely.
So what's the risk in the future when this property sells in the future?
Gary, I think there's very little. I mean, we can get circumstances. There'll be a few more that'll be very close to this, where they either had a small strip having access to their land, or may even have a small access easement to get to the land that was divided. But the homes have been there a long time, and all, we can't tell them they can't do that anymore. We got to give them access, and like I said, what he's doing now is going to make it better, not worse.
It's actually making it better. He actually will have an owned strip to the road. So
now he's just got an easement for access.
That's right.
So he'll be able to move that, I assume, over
If he
time?
chooses to, yeah. If he chooses to, yeah.
Does the neighbor that he has the easement on, do they have the right to demand that he move that?
I doubt it. I haven't read it, but I doubt it. You wouldn't build a house back there with an easement that you could be told you couldn't get to your home anymore. All right. Anything else? Entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 17, the final plat of FM 2649 acres in precinct 3. Brian?
Simple plat down between Lone Oak and Miller Grove in the unloved section of the county. We don't see a whole lot down that way, but it's a simple plat that meets all the requirements.
Entertain a motion for approval.
Could I ask a question,
Whoa,
please?
absolutely.
If I'm kin to them, should I vote or not?
Daniel?
Is there anybody
Some
you're
degree
not
of,
kin
there's
to?
a certain degree of something, isn't it?
That eliminates you from most of the
I
votes.
wanna know.
Who are you kin to, and what does it have to do with this? Oh, is it Philip May? I see.
I would just say no.
How-
Be safe.
Cousin. He's married to my cousin.
He's married to your cousin.
I didn't know anything about it, but it doesn't matter. I'm just,
Yeah.
I ain't interested in fighting this.
I think you kin to
That's
everybody, aren't you?
second degree, isn't it?
That's third degree, depending on how you calculate it. Maybe second degree under our rules. I would just abstain from this one and
no.
state specifically why. Because the rules are really complicated when you're talking about that type of requirement, because it's not going to have any direct financial impact, which is the basis of that statute.
Mhm.
But just to be safe, I'd abstain.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, so we got a motion, a second, and an abstention. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries with one abstained.
Thank you, guys.
I would like to add clarification on Brian's comments, though, that is a loved area of the county, by the way. That's precinct 3.
Lots of people love that area, but the developers don't.
Who was the motion in the second?
Gary, motion.
Steve.
Steve,
Okay.
second. All right, at this time, we're going into executive session under Texas Government Code 551.071. Number 1 and 2 to discuss Wolf Creek Development, Castle Rock, Oak Ridge, Road Repair, Greenville Animal Shelter. That's just animal shelters in total, not just Greenville. The Attorney General's R Mudd, number 2A lawsuit, Lake Tawakoni zoning regulation, data center regulations, Greenville TERS number 1, ESD petition, Pinson in Hunt County, which is a lawsuit, Conroe drainage suit, and septic permit requirements. We will also discuss personnel matters under Government Code 551.074 regarding the appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment, duties, discipline, or dismissal of an employee. So we're in executive session at 11:27. Thank you.
We're up.
Hang on, I gotta get this one up. Okay.
Yep. All right, it's 1:08. We're back in regular session. Is there anything before the court today? Not being anything, entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. We're adjourned at 1:08. Thank you, everyone.
Okay. You'll need to initial that.
There it is.